Oh, okay. So a quick breakdown of a trade I took on PPI and a trade I took on Euro USD last week. So I'm gonna start with the Euro USD trade, which I took last week. A very simple trade, very easy setup. Initially, what I look for when taking a trade is I look for where liquidity is. So if price is in a bullish uh, 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 move, I expect for price. So this was the setup. So I had price taking a previous high. So what I was expecting was price to come rebalance and continue. So very easy setup, break retest, break of structure, auto block kind of vibes. It's a very easy setup. Like it's a very easy setup that I took. So this was the setup. So as you can clearly see, price was in a downward trend, but then price had this external range high here. So price went and took out this high here, and after taking this high, price left me a nice fair value gap here on the daily time frame. So my thought process at the time was that price is going to come back to this gap here and then continue to the previous external range high. Do you get me? So a very easy setup, and let me let me break it down for you. So yeah, again, when I came into last week, price was this was NFP week. So NFP gave this big bullish expansion to the upside, and the week of last week also tried pushing, but then after this push, price didn't really break. Price rather took liquidity. So after this liquidity was taken, I was expecting price to come rebalance on a fair value gap or order block. So what I had here was a clear daily order a fair value gap on daily. So after price came back and tested this fair value gap, I didn't wait for price to to pull back deeper into the discount and come for this order block. Why? Because I had this daily and price had taken daily liquidity. So uh here's the thing, when price takes daily, I expect price to come rebalancing daily. Same with if price takes 4 hour, I expect the rebalance to be on 4 hour. I don't know if you get me, but it's a very easy. And yeah, price came back into this daily, sweeping this low here. This was a clear sweep here. Price swept that low, and then after that sweep, price gave me a nice M15 entry. So very simple entry. I'm gonna break that down also. So what had happened was that just let it load a bit. So yeah, what had happened was that price came. Okay, as you can see, I still have the forecast. I still have my forecast of what I was expecting, which clearly happened to the T. Price came, took the highs, came, swept the lows, and reversed. That was very much simple setup I had. So price mitigated the 4 hour fair value gap, and immediately I went to the M15 time frame because I was confident enough that price was going to go higher. Now, if price didn't provide me with this gap here and came into maybe these areas here and continued lower, that would have been a problem. That wouldn't have been a problem because price would then come lower, sweep this low, and then give me the same entry again. So initially, I was just waiting for entry because we were in the daily gap. So to me, it was high probability to just look for the buys here. So after this reaction, price gave me this expansion here. So on the 4 hour, I think it was a huge weak rejection, and after this rejection, price on the 15 minute gave me a nice fair value gap, and I took my entry on the fair value gap, and that was me. A stop loss at the low of the I mean, if you like, you could put it here, but for safety reasons, I put my stop loss always on the low of the candle rather than the gap. So, and I clearly had these as my targets, these highs here, and overall this high. So I took the trade. It was basically a zero drawdown trade. I will attach the screenshot of the trade on MetaTrader. Uh, but yeah, it was I took this trade on two accounts. So the first account, which was my 500k account, I exited around here, and on the 140k account, I held the trade throughout. So yeah, I made about a 1:5 on the 500k, and it was a 1:10 on the 100k. So yeah, so that was the setup initially. Very, very simple setup, and I expect the same thing to happen uh, next week or late tomorrow going into next week. So I still have a bullish bias because DXY is showing me a bearish bias. So I'll try breaking that down too in the video. But yeah, it's a very simple setup. It's a very simple approach to the market. So here, same thing here. Price expands, takes daily highs, and leaves a daily fair value gap. I expect price to come back to this daily and continue higher, having this as my target. So it's a very, very simple. It's a very, very simple strategy. And yeah, man, it works. It works, man. And yeah, so going into the GU trade, the GU trade was a fundamental trade. It was a PPI trade. Yeah, I took the trade on the news release of PPI. It was also a simple setup because price was coming off a weekly fair value gap, and the lower time frames was showing me the bullish momentum. So yeah, anyway, oh, trading views loading so much. But in the meantime, let me just show you the trades, these trades that I'm breaking down. So the GBP USD trade would be this one. I took it on the 13th and I closed it on the 13th. It was a fundamental trade. So I made about 10k on that one. It was a very simple setup. As I said, there's a higher time frame fair value gap. Price had taken the previous daily high. Price had given me an M15 fair value gap. Everything was aligning. Everything was aligning. I'll try also breaking down the trades I took yesterday and I think Tuesday. Tuesday was the GBP USD, and I took these 4 trades yesterday. But these were two different accounts also. So it was basically 2 trades, not 4, but it was 4 trades because I opened 4 positions. You get me? So yeah. Here's the GBP USD setup. So as I said, price was coming off this weekly here. So this over here is a weekly. This is a weekly fair value gap. So price came into the weekly. Price went deep into the weekly. I thought this weekly was going to fail, to be honest, because I saw that the momentum against this, and once I see a candlestick like this, a candlestick push up and fail to take a high, and the candlestick after that becomes like this, I get very skeptical. So I was already seeing this as the target, but then price proved me wrong because after these bearish candles, price gave me this bullish one and then came back down, swept this, came back inside. So on the 4-hour, price was already showing me the bullish signs. Let's go to the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, price was showing us the bullish signs that it wants to push higher because this was the sweep, and after the sweep, price engulfed this candlestick. And if you know smart money concept, this would have blocked to you. So yeah, price engulfed this candlestick, and after this engulfing candlestick, price left this fair value gap. And immediately when price did this fair value gap, I was like, ah, price now is giving me signs of going higher, and these were my targets because I knew this one had already done its job by taking that low. So meaning that there's liquidity here above this gap and here, and obviously price is not gonna. I mean, these highs, come on, they weren't gonna take price to the downside. That's what I saw. So yeah, after that, the PPI trade was here around here. So by the time price came here, price was already bullish for me and had a clear target. So let's go to the M15. Hopefully I still have my analysis there. Yes, I do. So when price came to the this was another trade I missed, but I don't want to talk about that one because I didn't take it. But yeah, going into PPI, I had this 4 hour or 1 hour gap. So what I was expecting was that price was gonna come back, tap this and push higher. But price didn't really tap this. But I was in because I was expecting that bullish move. So what was going through my mind before taking this trade, I had marked up my analysis the morning. So I realized that price had taken this high, left this fair value gap here on the 15-minute, and this one on the the hourly and the 4 hour. And when price came back down, I was confident enough that price is going to push higher. I was just waiting for price to print some bullish order flow here. But then when I was expecting this, it was already time for the use of this, and I just went ahead and took the trade because I was confident enough, and I had this liquidity as my target here. But then I closed the trade at the 2.4. So yeah, it was a very simple setup. Also, price had taken the previous daily high, and that's one of my confluences. So if price takes the previous daily high, I expect the direction of the trade to be bullish. And if price takes the previous daily low, I expect price to be bearish for the session. So bearish for the session being early New York, that is, not the whole day. Sorry. So yeah, that was basically the trades I took. The Nasdaq trade and the USD JPY trade are a bit complex. So for now, I'm just gonna break down. I'm just gonna stick to these two. So yeah, thank you for watching the video, and yeah, man.